Hi, everyone. So welcome to this first installment of the Leadership Docs Dose of Leadership. So I've been sitting here trying to think how I want to start off this series. So I have all these different leadership behaviors and traits and characteristics that I want to talk to you guys about, but I figure you don't want to sit here and listen for an hour, and that's why I want to keep this to 2 to 3 minutes or so. So to start off, I just want to start with the basics, right? So my basic views on leadership, why I think it's important and what it is, and how we can all really demonstrate leadership and think of ourselves as leaders, because we all are. And that's one of the lessons that I start off all my classes and workshops and talks about, is just making sure everyone realizes that we are all leaders, right? Because we all have an impact on other people. And I often use quotes, and I like to use quotes from famous people and from influential people and also from people like myself. So I wanted to share with you a quote that I think is very powerful, and it's from one of the preeminent leadership scholars who's passed on, a former professor from USC, and his name is Warren Bennis. He's written quite a few books on leadership. And Bennis says leadership is a function of knowing yourself, having a vision that's well communicated, building trust amongst colleagues, and taking effective action to realize your own leadership potential. And I love this quote because there's just so much there, and there's a lot there that we'll talk about over the next several weeks as we go through these characteristics of leadership. But let's think about the function of knowing yourself. What is it that you know about yourself, and what is it that you need to know about yourself? We need to know our strengths, and we also need to know our weaknesses. And I'd like to focus on that for today and think about what our strengths are and what we do with those areas of ourselves that we're not quite as strong. And I'll leave you with this idea that we need to keep building up our strengths, right? We have things that we're strong at, we like to do, we enjoy, and those are the things that we really can have an impact with. And then we need to take those things that we're not quite as good at, right? I don't even like the word weaknesses, but areas we're not quite as good. And we need to bring ourselves to a level where we can communicate about those things and we can, have some kind of knowledge about them and get ourselves to a decent level. But you know what? And this is where I differ from a lot of other folks in my field. We are not going to be the best at everything. There's not enough time in the day. We don't have enough brain power, and we don't have enough desire to become the best at everything. So what we need to do is take those things we're really good at and we love to do and really blow them away. Take those things that we're not quite as good at and we don't love to do, and find people who we can put around us who are good at those things, who are skilled at those things, and who like to do those things, and build ourselves a strong team. Because remember, leadership is not about an individual, it's about a team. It's about working together to achieve results and achieve a common goal. And we'll talk more about Warren Bennis's quote in the coming weeks, because there really is a lot there as far as trust, as far as developing ourselves, and we'll also go through some more. So thank you for listening to this first installment of the Leadership Docs Dose of Leadership, and keep leading.